Welcome to the second half of the RagingFX's Forex trading course, week number 10. If you'd like more information about this course, please visit us at RagingFX.com. Today we'll be covering the fourth of 5 strategies used by our in-house trading desk. This segment is titled, Leveraging RagingFX Signals. Before we begin, let's make a quick review of the summary of key concepts you should have mastered by now. First, how to determine your own risk profile number in pips. Second, how to find and use smart pips with each RagingFX signal to manage your daily trade exposure. Third, never change the stop loss and take profit levels provided to you. Fourth, recognize that there are 3 key entry trades with RagingFX signals. They are at the market price, at the limit price, and a combination of both. 5. Whenever the quoted price exceeds the take profit level, all related pending orders become invalid and should be deleted immediately. And finally 6. During prepping and setup, using RagingFX's color-coded signals to determine the optimal entry strategy. Warning, if you missed any of the above bullet points, then please do yourself a favor. Catch up with the course before proceeding. Okay, let's get started. Armed with these key concepts, let's move on to the next trading strategy. In this next slide, let's review the 3 color-coded entry strategies at the same time. As you know by now, RagingFX signals come in 3 distinct colors, gray, yellow, and green. When you see a signal with gray, then the entry level is the one posted in the signal, which in this example would be 1.3557 for sterling dollar. When you see a signal with yellow, then the entry level can be revised halfway between the posted entry and the last quote levels. And when you see a signal with green, then 2 orders can be placed, one at the limit, as indicated by the signal, and the second at the market price. The second order, the market price, should not be placed beyond the last quote. In summary, the 3 color-coded references give us the optimal entry level for a signal, taking into consideration various factors such as market sentiment. And once we've determined the optimal entry level, the next step is to calculate the optimal combo trade ratio. What does this mean? Well, by ratio we mean how many market order lots should be placed for one lot of a limit order. The primary purpose for placing an additional market order is to offer additional performance leverage to a signal. A secondary purpose is to keep track if and when the take profit levels have been breached. To begin, we will introduce the term trading intuition and show you how to quantify it for our purposes. What is trading intuition? Trading intuition is an often unused resource buried deep within our psyche. It is that 6th sense that can see through the clutter of new headlines and technical analyses. For our purposes, we will quantify our trading intuition by answering 3 questions. This exercise should be performed at the beginning of every trading day. The first question addresses external factors. These are issues that are out of our control, but you're privy to their respective developments and can assess them in a reasonable manner. So, overall, how do you feel about the global economy? If you feel positive, then give yourself a score of 1 for this question. Otherwise, place a 0 on the right. The next question looks at your personal trading factors. This section reflects your actual net performance in the past 3 days and looks to slow you down if your trading results have moved significantly away from your mean performance. For this next question, we ask, have you just experienced a recent windfall or at least 3 days of losses? If either event has occurred, then your score should be 0. If trading has been normal, then place a 1. The final question is very specific to your personal health factors. Here you want to make sure that you are fit for the rigors of an active trading day. Hence, how are you feeling today? Are you on top of your game? If for whatever reason you're not feeling the usual mojo, then your score here is 0. If you're good, then place a 1. Now use the following table below to determine your trading intuition by adding up your score. Then match the score with your overall trading intuition assessment for the day and use this assessment to guide your trading for the rest of the day. In this case, we'll be aggressive. This next slide shows your overall trading strategy. Note that your trading intuition score will always override the color-coded instructions. For example, if your trading intuition score is 1 or conservative, no market orders are entered even if the signal shows a green color code. On the right-hand side, we've listed the recommended ratios between market and limit orders. For conservative, the ratio is equal to 0. For moderate, it offers a range between 0 and half of the limit order. And finally, for aggressive, the ratio is equal to 1 to 1. These ratios only apply if you choose to leverage your signal with both types of orders, a market and limit order for the same signal. In this next slide, we've developed a checklist for you so you can see how it should all flow. Here's what you need to do. Before you start your trading at the beginning of your day, ask yourself, what is my trading intuition score for the day? Am I conservative, moderate, or aggressive? When you receive a signal, ask yourself, what is the color code for this signal? Gray, yellow, or green? Has the signal breached the take profit level? If not, then go ahead, enter the market, and limit trades accordingly. We suggest that you print this slide and keep it nearby so you can refer to it often. Let's look at this checklist in further detail. First, if your trading intuition is conservative, then ignore all color codes and place limit orders only. Okay, got that. Second, if your trading intuition is moderate, then for signals that are gray, place limit orders only. If it's yellow, enter your limit order with a revised entry level, as indicated in the lesson week number 9. And then if it's green, enter a market and a limit order using a ratio less than or equal to 0.50. That means half market for one lot of limit order. If your trading intuition is aggressive, then for gray, yellow, and green alike, enter a market and limit order using a ratio of less than or equal to 1. And there's an example here for you to read as well. Note, if you get consistently stopped out of your market order, and this does happen, it may be due to an increased level of volatility in the market. You may consider adding more spread lengths to your stop loss cushion or simply use a stop loss level provided in the signal. Remember that the purpose of the market order is to increase your profit leverage and is to keep track if and when the take profit levels have been breached. In this next slide, we show a summary table. It should help you clarify how to leverage RagingFX signals by properly combining market and limit orders for the same signal. Notice how the intuition score overrides the optimal entry levels dictated by our color coding system. The easiest way to interpret this table is to view the conservative and aggressive assessments as two opposite ends of a spectrum with a gray area in between for the moderate assessment. And finally, we end this segment with a slide used in week 9 that we feel needs to be emphasized. It shows rule number 5 and rule number 6. And although these two rules are paramount for the proper use of our algorithm, you need not fret. Our algo does about 90% of the work for you by generating signals that should close well before the 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time deadline. These two rules apply to the 10% that could potentially fall through the cracks. And as you continue to use our signals, you will learn how to manage this issue intuitively. Not to worry. We hope you've enjoyed this session. Now that we've completed the 3 color code trading strategy and its complementary leverage component, we recommend that you practice them accordingly in the weeks ahead. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact your mentor. Thank you.